Let's talk Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk. The fight was postponed. It was actually all kind of happened after our podcast. We didn't even get a chance to discuss the cut, the postponement, cancellation. It seemed like the fight was in doubt. Some people were saying this fight is not going to happen. But as I said, quick turnaround time, to about 24 hours. They announced a new fight date. Turkish Al Sheikh, who's been in the mix over there, the gentleman from Saudi Arabia who's kind of putting all this together, splashing the cash, big boxing fan. I'm not sure if you guys have had the chance to check his interview on the zone, but very interesting. And he kind of reveals details of why he's a boxing fan and why he's doing all this for boxing, trying to bring everybody to Saudi Arabia. But yeah, as I said, within 24 hours, they came up with a new date, May 18th. Tyson Fury gets a few months to let that cut heal. Give me your thoughts when you first heard that this fight was in danger of being canceled once Tyson Fury suffered that cut during sparring, allegedly.
Yeah, no, my immediate thoughts were like many of the fans out there. We were just disappointed in Tyson Fury. We were all thinking like, man, he's really trying to get out of this fight, or he's not focused. He's not taking this fight seriously. We've heard times where like fights get postponed or something happens, that people don't know about in camp, and it's usually that the fighter's not focused. He's not ready. There's no excuse. These are the heavyweights. These guys don't have to make weight. They don't have that kind of obstacle to overcome. So, my immediate thoughts were like, hey, Tyson Fury is just not focused. He's slacking off. He doesn't want it as much as people as he wants to make it out. And of course, you have that thought of Ngannou, that fight where he looked lackluster. So, yeah, I was disappointed immediately, thinking just like the other fans that this fight was not going to get made.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts when they announced it right away, May 18th?
After that, I was like, okay, cool. It's okay. I know that there was a lot of trash talk back and forth between Usyk and Fury, and like you said, Turkey was involved in that. The fact that they put a date, I'm like, okay, this thing's not gonna get pushed back 2.5 years. Like this fight's still gonna go ahead, and we're still gonna get the two best heavyweights of this era in. It's a little bittersweet that we have to wait now. But again, after the dust settled and the pictures came out, we saw that Tyson didn't had some really bad cuts. And again, you don't want to go into a fight, giving your opponent that much advantage. So, in a sense, it's understandable.
Yeah, and look, I know a lot of people were criticizing Tyson Fury, and I know some people from his camp have since released some photos, including the one you see on your screen, looking looking shredded compared to how he's looked,
Yeah,
essentially throughout his whole career. So, of course, his camp is saying, "Hey, man, this guy was in shape. He was ready to go. He's not thugging anybody." And look at the picture there. I mean, he looks skinny. He also looked thin in the video where the alleged cut happened in that sparring. I know he posted some pictures too, looking very slim. Obviously, I'm sure smart for him to do against a guy like Usyk, who is very mobile, very skilled. But yeah, I mean, things happen. Things happen, and I know uh, Paulie Malignaggi and Chris Algieri and Sean Porter on their show, they were talking about the cuts essentially. And most trainers and most boxers saying cut like that takes about 3 minutes to heal, which doesn't give them a big window to really heal if the fight is May 18th. Because will he spar? Will he be able to prepare as he should? But hey, to me, the important thing is we have a date. Whether Fury's going to be 100% or not, we'll see. But it seems like, these guys want to get it on. And I'm sure that bag is enticing. And I'm sure they don't want to fumble that bag. So I'm sure they were quick to sign again. I know Turkey Al Sheikh was saying there's also a penalty of $10 million if any of them pull out. So this fight is going to happen. You can't say they're going to force them to get in the ring, but there's a lot of incentives.
yeah, dude. Just from getting to know what this guy, Turkey's done. He's straight out Joe. He's the best thing that happened in boxing in the last 5 years. Not only does he have the money, the capital to back up a sport like this, he also has like that. He's a fan of the sport. I when was it, a week and a half ago? He came out and said it in that interview. He's like, I don't want to do YouTube. I don't want to. I want real fights. I want real fighters. I want to take it back to what the sport was. For a while there, these promoters, the Eddie Hearns, you name them. These guys were, they were putting these YouTubers on because YouTubers were the money makers. They're the ones that were filling up the pockets because they're entertaining. They got a big fan base. But the fact that a guy like Turkey has this much power, this much influence, wants the best to fight the best. Tell me another promoter that could have done that, Gio.
Hey, no one currently right now. We've seen this in the world of football with Cristiano going to Saudi Arabia, them buying a lot of players, not just players who are ready to retire, but obviously, as they've stated many times, they want to kind of change the perception of, Saudi Arabia. They want to entice more tourism, more people to go over there. So, look, they're splashing the cash, and like we said, he's a boxing fan, so it doesn't hurt. I don't think it hurts boxing. I think it helps out because I'm hearing rumors to a better BF Bevo. You're hearing the Tank and Haney rumors. You're hearing a lot of rumors. So this can only be good for boxing, man. We always kind of jokingly honestly talk about Don King, right? How he's the greatest promoter because he used to stack all the cards and gave us some of the best fights ever. I feel like obviously you still have the Bobfather. You still have him who puts on great shows, but I think this is a good change, quote unquote, for boxing, and doesn't hurt, man. Look, these guys are getting paid, and if that's gonna entice him to get in the ring, then so be it.
Yeah, again, Gio, he's got the finances, he's got the venues, he's having guys, that pick and choose when they work together. He's bringing them all to the table. So, again, when I heard that this fight was being postponed, just like a lot of the fans out there, they're like, "Oh man, Tyson's pulling out. Oh man, this fight's not gonna get through. It's gonna get pushed and dragged, and politics are gonna kick in." No, that's not what happened. Dude, I'm excited. Yeah, we got to wait a little bit longer. Again, I saw the pictures. The cuts are real. You don't want to have a Julio Cesar Chavez against Oscar De La Hoya 1, where that gushing just gets in the way of what could be a great rivalry. So, yeah, man, I'm willing to wait a little bit. In Turkey, we trust.